Hi guys, today I'll be doing a well overdue clean of my Remington 700. I'm running two cameras, this is the one for close-up details, and we have my normal Nikon for doing the close-up stuff, or the overall stuff. I'm just going to get my Remington out of the safe. Take me 2 seconds. Okay, there's the Remington. There we go. This is the Remington 700. I'm just going to take the cheek riser off and the strap off just to make it more workable, because I'm going to have to take the action out of the stock. I'm also going to have to take the scope off. Let's see how it goes. In a second. This light is okay. It's not okay, but it's as good as I'm going to get. Okay. So I'll just take this rear bag, or cheek riser off. Just going to make sure the rifle is clear, which I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. So. Underneath it, I stack up neoprene just to get it high enough for my cheek. So let's leave all this over here. I'm going to do the, I don't know what it's called, quick detach or not, but I'll take these off. Okay. Shift this a bit on the table. There. Okay, so it's now stripped off its bits and pieces. And one thing I've noticed, for stalking I use these Butler Creek, I guess they're just neoprene shoulder straps, but I've noticed that it started to, the stitches are coming out. This up in the corner, so I'm going to have to send it back. I have two of them. The other one is fine, but this one's done a lot more walking, so this is going to have to go back and get redone, I think. Other than that, they're a great strap. They really do make the rifle feel lighter. Okay, I'm just going to strip back the scope and take it off. Since it's on a Picatinny rail, when I screw it back on, it's not going to lose zero. I've tried this probably 100 times, especially with my other guns, and it never does lose zero. First I'm just going to take my scope off. This scope is Burris Black Diamond 8x32x50. I find it a very good scope. This one's zeroed at something like 450 meters. I'm not 100% sure at the moment, and the only reason is it's bottomed out. I can't lower the scope anymore. This is a 20 in-way rail, and if I bottom it out at 100 meters, I'm 1 mil high, so I just use the mil dots to shoot down closer. But it's a great scope. It's a fantastic scope. It's using Burris Extreme, I think they're called, Burris Extreme mounts or rings. I have a Picatinny top on this one just for attaching a flashlight for nighttime stuff, but I find the scope very good for the money. It's got a little level in the back too, a little spirit level. There we go. Okay, let's put this aside. I'm not going to take the rail off. The rail is made by, what is this rail made by again? It's Rain. Oh, Wayne or Rain? I'm not sure which it is. You can see it's 20 MOA. It's really flat in the front. It's angled down. What I'm going to do now is just going to flip it over. I'm going to take the stock off it. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is just take the bolt out. All Remington 700s have bolt releases on the front of the trigger. The bolt's nice and clean. I cleaned the bolt not too long ago, but I haven't cleaned underneath in a couple of months, I guess. I haven't used it that much though. Well, yeah, flip it over here. Now, this isn't the original stock. Oops, this is not the original stock. This here is the original stock that came with this gun. It was the SPS lightweight barrel. And I changed this stock for this Boyd stock. I put it in, it was very loose, I had to bed it straight away because it just wasn't accurate at all. But this, it was, now that it's bedded, it's way more accurate than this older Remington one. Well, call it old, it's probably new, but you know what I mean. I bed with, find it here. JB Weld is the stuff I use. You can use, there's hundreds of, well, I suppose there's tens of things you can use. I use this JB Weld. It's in two parts, two tubes. You mix them evenly, and you just do your bedding. I'll do a video on bedding at some point when I get my rifle to bed. There's match grade bedding, there's DevCon, there's Marine Tex, there's a load of things you can use, but this is nice and easy to get, and I like it. Sets pretty quick too. Okay, so we're just going to strip down our action. You can get a torque screw for doing this, but I don't have enough money, so I just use an Allen key. But what I do is I hold it the long way, and I'll show you when I put it back together. I hold it this way, and when I'm tightening it, I tighten as much as I can this way, so I know they're evenly tightened on the two sides. Okay, so this is off. Get the box mag, or the box mag liner, I guess. Sorry, I'm trying to get as much light on this as I can, but okay. So it's ready to come out into action now. This is bedded as I said, so it won't just fall out. It has to lift straight up. There we go. I'll just leave the action aside for a second. Barreled action, that's dirty. I'll show you the bedding job. Zoom in here a bit. I'll show you with the other camera. I did this bedding job myself. It's a bit dirty in there at the moment, but if I can focus, there. That's the barrel channel there. So from here up, it's all floated. That's for the recoil lug. It sits down inside there, nice and snug. You can just about see the grain of the wood here. It's right down on the wood, and it's lined with two edges with the bedding compound. All the way back here to the front of the bolt recess, and the tang at the back as well. That's all bedded. Let's see if I turn it around this way. Oh, I can hear my phone ringing. It's the same on this side as well. All the full length up. So that's nice, and I think €35, maybe less, would cost to do the whole thing yourself. Probably less, I don't remember. I did have to Dremel the channel out as well. Okay. So just take this stock out of the way. Stand it up here. Okay, so here we have the action in the barrel. As you can see, Oh, it's been a while since I cleaned it, which is annoying because there's now surface rust on it. Show you some of the surface rust here. Get things to focus. There. See surface rust right there. I'm ashamed of myself. That's not too bad though. Okay, so we're just going to get a little rag. Use some oil. Spray it on the rag. And this is only surface rust, so it'll come off really easy. Just like that. There we go. Now, if it's a little bit harder to come off or to take off, you can use a really fine steel wool or something, but this is nearly gone now. Okay, let's clean. And a little bit on this side as well, let's clean it up. Underneath the recoil lug. Okay. Put a trigger. This is still the X-Mark Pro trigger. I'm not 100% sure on what pressure it is, but I can check in a second. To take off the trigger, all you got to do, it's pretty simple, is there's two pins which you push through. Shoot the pins here. That's one pin there, this other pin there. Just got to push those through with a light hammer and a punch. This one's a bit too big. Punch like this, and just like that. You tap it through with a small hammer. Just like this. Yes, copper-headed hammer. Nylon head hammer. I don't need to do that today. Anyway, trigger's fine. It's clean. We're looking pretty good. Like everything else in this house, there's already dog hairs in it. We're gonna see. I don't see any more rust. That's not too bad. It's a steel rail as well, so this can rust, but there's no rust on it. Kicking the mud pad. Okay. Alright, so we're nice and clean now. What I'm going to do is just take a look down the chamber. My eye looks okay. I'll do it here so you can see it. See down the. But I don't think I can focus. No, I can't. I get some. There's some dust and stuff. I'm just going to clean out from the action with a rag. It took me 2 seconds. Okay, we're nice and clean. While I have it open, I'm going to just test the trigger pull weight. I want to get an empty shell. I don't have any snap caps for the 300. I do have snap caps for the I do have snap caps for the 223, but it's really far an empty shell from the 300s. Well, measure the weight. Okay, so we have some empty shells here, some 300. Actually already been fired. Just going to drop the bolt in. The bolt's locked in now. Put in an empty. Lock it up. Now I have my trigger gauge here. Oop, where are we going? 0 to 0 pounds. So this is going to be awkward from this angle. Oh, I gotta do it from a different angle. Yeah, I can do it this way. Okay. So safety is off. And we're just going to make sure it's zeros. Nope. Yeah. Not sure if you'll be able to see this. No, probably not. I'll give it a try though. And my 223 is set to 2 pounds exactly. I just looked over 2. Just change the shell. Try again. Try 6. .6. Okay, let's do 2.6. So yeah, good number. Okay. Let's take out my bolt again. So now, everything is clean. No more rust spots. The stamps. This barrel has been treaded to, it had to be an M14 by 1 because well, I have an M18 suppressor, but it's too it would fit down over the barrel. It was treaded to M18, so I had to get it refitted to M14, which is fine. Works okay. What I'm going to do now is, though, I'm just going to pull my bore snake through it. If I can find the correct caliber one. There we go. Now, I know it's pretty clean anyway, so I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the first brush. This is a bore snake Viper. It's got 3 brushes in it, and I'm not going to bother using any solution because I know there's only a few rounds gone through it since I used it, but just drop the weight into the chamber, feed it all the way down through. Pull it through. There we go. I should have lifted it up once. That's perfect. We'll see if you can see down the chamber of the gun. Down the barrel of the gun. Yeah, there we go. Nice and shiny all the way. No rust marks. No tool marks. Perfect. Some people change their barrels straight away on a gun. I try to wait and see. This one has been very good to me. It's held up really well. I just don't like that it is a light barrel, but I suppose it does its job for stocking. I prefer the heavier barrels for when I'm doing other shooting. Okay. Now, just Just going to clean off the bedding in the stock real quick. Drop this back in then. Where is my rag? You don't want rain to get in here and pool. That's what causes the rust. Any kind of condensation really. Or if you've a damp gun safe, just use a Q-tip here, clean it up, and we should be fine and good to go. Okay, so I'm going to place this back in. Now just hold straight down. And then rain. Okay. Alright, the flap is over. The easiest way to keep this in here. So I'm using one hand, but we should be okay. Alright, box mag. Or box mag liner. Nice and clean. That goes in this way. Squeeze, that's in. And then we have our bottom metal. It's nice and clean. Someday, well, I'm going to pillar bed this or replace the stock with an aluminium bedded stock. But that's someday, not right now. It's the long screw in the back, yep. Short screw in the front. We get our Allen key. Squeeze it all together. Tighten it down a bit. So it's all in line. And because it's bedded, the barrel will always be in the center of the channel and always be in the same place because it can fit no other way. I used to have awful trouble with my hammer before it was bedded. After you give it a quick tighten, this mag liner should still be able to move. It shouldn't be locked in. Let's close this down. Now I don't have a torque screw, so what I do is I tighten as hard as I can go with the short end of the Allen wrench or Allen key until I can't twist anymore. Then at least I know the pressure on the two sides is even. Okay. So this is now in the stock. Where's my camera now? So it's now back in its stock. It's screwed in. You see it sitting on the bedding in the back. And the barrel, if we move it, doesn't really flex very much. There's a good gap all around it. We're just going to put our scope back on. So here on the table. This has a ballistic drop reticle or something it's called. Trying to see the reticle more than anything else. Yeah, it's awkward. Can't see that. Right there. It's no dots top left and right, and then a ballistic ladder underneath it. It's not too bad. If you have a program like street lock, you can easily work out and get it calibrated properly. But if you don't have street lock, it's a little bit more hard. You gotta put a good few rounds downrange to work it out, unless you're really good at math, I guess. Now, you can see it's set up here, sitting in the last and first slots. Because it's a Picatinny, it has a flat front end and the two connectors. lock it in and push it forwards. If it's pushed forwards, it squares itself off. You can just do a quick hand tighten on the bolts. There we go. Yeah. Again, I don't have any torque wrench. I just have good old wrench. I've seen some guys tighten these so much they're practically warping. Again, just what I do is I hold my pinky up off the spanner until I can't hold it up anymore. So I know I have the same amount of pressure on each of them. And that's it. Just put the bullet back in. And uncock it as we're closing it. Actually, I'll show you that again because it's amazing amount of people who don't know this. That to uncock a gun when it's empty, you close the bolt. As you're closing it, pull the trigger. And you can watch here. The firing pin goes in as you let down the handle. Makes it safe. Takes the stress off the spring. And it's ready to go.